Hello gentle viewers, this is of Indian, welcoming you to another board game themed video with Scythe, the digital edition. Scythe is a very interesting board game centered around worker placement. Centered around worker placement, but it's far deeper and more complex than most worker placement games. I know Asmodee Digital does the game. Forgive me, I don't remember the developer of the board game. There's like an about, maybe? Let's see, credits here. So the game designer is Jamie Stegmaier, and the artist is Jakub Rojalski. So there we go. And Scythe is one of those games I wanted to buy, but the person I play board games with mostly is my wife. And so I want to make sure that any game I play has a good two-player experience, which is why literally 10 minutes after I played Fort Sumter, the computer game, we ordered the board game on Amazon. I like to go to my friendly local game store when I can, but in some cases, I just don't feel like going anywhere that day. And hopefully we're going to get that to the table either this weekend or maybe next weekend, and I think she'll really enjoy it, because she likes games like that. Scythe is different, and that Scythe really seems like while you can play with two people, it's probably more enjoyable with more than two people. But for this Let's Play, we are just going to play with two people, because I haven't actually played through an entire game yet. I played through the tutorial, I've watched other people play the game, I kind of know what's going on, and I just want to dive in and see what happens. So we're going to pick new game. Now, you are... Oh, I see, that's to change... Is that just to change the icon or to change a faction? Oh, that adds new expansions. That's pretty cool. We're going to do undo last action. Okay, we don't want to play with another player, though. How do I turn you into a... Oh, I see. If I turn you into a robot, then you're just a robot. That's just to pick the color. Aha. So we want bot easy, because I've never played the game before. And there are 5 factions in the game, so I should probably explain a little bit what the game is like. Because worker placement may not help you if you haven't played a worker placement game like Stone Age or... I really like... Manhattan Project is really good. Lords of Waterdeep, if you like a Dungeons and Dragons themed worker placement game, in which you get a certain number of people, you place them on the board, and then things happen based on where you place them. It's also got an element of area control, which is another common board game mechanic, and I think it'll probably be easier just to explain the different mechanics as we play the game. But there are 5 factions, each of which offers certain specific abilities and powers. Now this is very much an Eastern European themed game, which is really cool, and I dig the theme a whole lot. So Polonia, Nordic, Rusviet, Crimea, Saxony. And each one has certain bonuses. For example, Polonia. And this gives you a really cool backstory for each one of them. So Anna and Wojtek. Here's Anna. Here's the bear. So we get the ability to make better use out of the encounter card. We get additional power and cards probably to start the game. And when we unlock our mechs, these are the different abilities we can unlock. This is what makes them different. Let's keep looking, though. We have the Nordic faction. Workers can swim across rivers. We get more power, less combat cards. And we get Riverwalk, Seaworthy. Wait. Why do Nords have... I guess it's not supposed to be a buffalo. I guess that's fair. It looks like a buffalo. Buffalo aren't native to Scandinavia, but maybe it's a buffalo analog. Does it explain the buffalo? It's a musk ox. Looks like a buffalo, but okay. I'm not going to argue. And these are the different things mechs can gain as you unlock the game. Oh, we can just click here. The Rusviet Union, which I'm assuming is what? Russia and Vietnam, maybe? That I'm not sure about. You can pick the same action twice, or pick the same action from turn to turn, which is something no other faction can do. 3 power, 2 combat cards, and then here are the bonuses for mechs. The Crimean Khanate. We get a ton of power, very few, or no combat cards, and we can spend a combat card as if it were a resource. So this is a very combat-oriented faction. And Saxony Empire, even more based on combat than the others. So, I don't actually know who I want to play as, because I haven't played the game very much, except for watching other people play it and then going through the tutorial. You know what? Let's let fate decide. And then our opponent will also be random. You cannot both be the same faction. Let's start. I ended up with the Nords. Interesting. And I got the industrial mat. Okay. Because every faction, there's also different mats. And our opponent will be Crimea. Hello, factory. Here's Crimea. We get the engine. Oh, Crimea got the engineering mat. We got Nordic industrial mat. Okay. So let's zoom out and talk about the game board. So as you can see here, there are spots for currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factions. But do keep in mind the additional 2 factions only come with the expansion. Every faction starts with 2 territories and then their home territory. Now, the home territory isn't actually a territory. You can't move units there, and you can't do anything with it other than run back there if you get hurt. The goal in the game is to end up with the most money at the end of the game. But there's different things you can do to unlock money. One of them is unlocking stars. Now, the first person who gets 6 stars wins the game. I'm trying to find some of the horizontal tooltips so we can talk about the game. So you can do 6 upgrades, get 4 mechs, 4 structures, 4 recruits, 8 workers, complete an objective, win up to 2 combat victories, have 18 popularity, have 16 power. And this all matters because of the scoring at the end of the game. So, your score is controlled primarily by your popularity, which adds multipliers. So this says, for every star you control, I could either get 3 points, 4 points, or 5 points at the end of the game. For every hex, every territory I control, I can get 2 points, 3 points, or 4 points. And for every 2 resources I have of any kind, I can get 1, 2, or 3 points. And this is how you get points during the game, in addition to the actual money you collect during the game. Whoever has the most when the other person gets 6 stars, or they get 6 stars, wins the game. Because we only have 2 people, we probably won't be running into each other very much in the early game, which I personally find very helpful. So, how do you earn coins, you ask? You earn them by completing various actions. And so this is when we go down to the bottom of the screen to the player mat. Now there are faction-specific mats. We got the industrial mat. Now the industrial mat makes it a little bit cheaper for some of the production actions. But let's talk about each one of these actions first. We can spend a coin to bolster our popularity. Or power, excuse me. And power helps you win combat. You also get a star for getting 16 power. Now, when you take one of the top two actions, you can then take the bottom action if you're able to do so. So you could also choose to pay a coin to get a combat card. And then you would take the bottom action if you could, which is spending 3 oil to perform an upgrade. We also have the ability, when we make an upgrade, to get 3 coins. So these are an either or. These are both. So, we can produce. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Produce is just one action. It only does one thing. And it produces stuff on the territory you've already got. Workers, characters, and mechs, let's zoom in over here, are the only thing. Workers are what produce stuff. So right now we can produce oil and we can produce wood. And each worker produces 1 resource. So this is the produce action. If we take this, each one of them will do stuff, and then we could spend metal to deploy a mech. In addition to a mech, we get 2 coins. Workers and mechs can take territories. But workers are extremely vulnerable if they're by themselves. And they'll generally get ruffle stomped. So you don't want that if you can avoid it. You can take the move action. This is move 2 units, 1 space. Tunnels are, everyone can use those. They're adjacent. But for right now, we have an important advantage because we're Nordic. Our workers can cross rivers. Their workers can't. And so we can expand to other interesting areas a bit more quickly than they can. You can also gain 1 coin, or 2 if you upgrade. Then you can pay wood to build a structure. Finally, we have pay a coin for any 2 resources, or pay a coin to gain popularity. And then you can pay food to enlist a recruit, which gives you bonuses based on what your opponent does. Now, the recruit action is probably not going to be super helpful to us. If we check the rules real quick. Oh, it pulls us into a thing. Okay. Fair enough. Because you normally have to be adjacent for the enlist action to work. Activate an ongoing bonus. You or the player on either side of you. They're not on the other side of me, so I'm not sure that enlisting would actually help. So I'm not going to bother with this action anytime soon. But keep in mind, you first pick the bottom action, and then you first pick the top action, then take the bottom action. Let's talk about one more thing, which is these little gears. These are upgrades. Upgrades make your player map more powerful, either by giving you additional actions, either by giving you additional loot when you do things, or making the bottom actions cheaper. So, we have to keep in mind that we cannot take the same action twice in a row. It cannot be done. So here is my cunning plan for the early part of the game. Because we have the industrial mat, at some point we're going to be able to get mechs for crazy cheap if we upgrade intelligently. There's also the benefit of upgrading to make upgrades cheaper. And you notice we get a ton of coins just for doing upgrades. So I think maybe that's our route to victory, is trying to get upgrades. In order to do that, we're going to need 3 oil to do our first upgrade. We've only got 1 right now. So I think our first 3 turns are going to be kind of dull. But we'll see what happens. Because we're going to want to do produce action this turn, move action next turn, and then produce again, which will give us 3 oil. I think that's what we'll do. So let's produce for now. And the reason I'm doing produce first rather than move first, we could be in a lot of danger if we get caught. I could use my character to protect the worker, though, which is actually really smart. We can move 2 people anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the produce action first. We're going to take... Yeah, because we got to take produce action twice, no matter what, to get 3 oil. Unless we just paid a coin to get 2 oil. Oh. Like, you need coins to win the game. That's indisputable. But that would save us a turn. An action economy is crazy important. So if I produce this first turn, we get a wood and an oil. Oh, that's not going to work. No, that is not going to work. It's still going to take us 3 actions. Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to produce first. So you click on your action. We confirm. I'm going to make 1 oil, 1 wood. Now, if at any point they came over and tried to jump my guys, they could steal my junk, and I can't do anything to stop them. But they're clear on the other side of the map, so I feel reasonably safe right now. We cannot take the bottom action because we can't afford it. We don't have the metal. So we're going to end the turn. And they choose produce as well. A solid opening move. Now we're going to move. First, I'm going to move you using Riverwalk across the way. Why will you not let me swim across? Oh, I have to click confirm first. Sorry. Okay. Boop. Now, you'll notice this wood is unguarded. That's okay. What we want to do... You move 1. Oh, other characters could move 2 spaces. I guess they can't. Interesting. Okay. We can always click undo, but this is fine. This is about protecting my resources and eventually protecting my worker. There's so many calculations you have to do in your head as you play the game, which is one of the reasons I love Scythe. Because the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to lose that territory. But he can't Riverwalk, which means he can't get to a tunnel yet. Saxony's kind of hemmed in, actually. Oh, and they got another worker. Interesting. Okay. We might be safe for the not-too-distant future. Because right now, he can't move out of the starting area until he gets Riverwalk somehow. What is their special ability? Can I see that, please? Crimea. He can spend a combat card. Yeah, so when he builds his first mech, he'll be able to Riverwalk. But until then, he won't be able to. That's good. Alright, let's end our turn. Again, we can't take the bottom action. We don't have enough wood. He's going to trade for resources. Ah, he just claimed... he just got 2 oil. He still needs a 3rd oil to make his first upgrade, I think. Alright. So what we're going to do now... is we're going to produce. And now next turn we have enough oil to upgrade. He produces food and workers. Holy shit. Ah, so he's going for his first star, which is 8 workers. Notice the more workers you have to pay in order to produce. He's going to go worker-heavy strategy. That's entirely his call. I'm not going to dispute his strategy. So now we're going to take our first action over here. Do we want to bolster our power in exchange for a coin, or do we want to... or we could just take the bottom action if we want to. But I'd feel a little bit more comfortable about our chances in battle if I had some power. So we're going to pick bolster power. We pay a coin to gain 2 power. There we go. And then we're going to take the upgrade action. So we actually get to do both things. You get to increase a benefit on the top row and decrease a cost on the bottom row. So now we pay the oil. Where do we want to upgrade? I'd love the ability to produce more. And producing more will synergize nicely with our decision to make mechs cheaper. So we have to pick a area, it'll actually upgrade both of them. So I'm going to upgrade produce and upgrade deploy. So you'll notice now that instead of it costing 3 metal, building mechs only costs me 2, and I produce 3 resources for every worker in a space. That was a very good turn for us. I highly approve. He's going to move over there. He's going to move over there. So he's going to go and enlist heavy action to begin with, which is interesting. So remember, we can't take produce again. Actually, we can take produce. Oh, because we used this one over here. Oh, this is the number of tiles that we produce, not resources per worker. That's right. And we don't have 3 productive... Right. We need to take a village so we can start producing more workers in order for that to be an efficient strategy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take advantage of the fact that we can expand fairly readily until they gain the ability to river walk, or until they build a mine. What are his resources? He's got 2 oil, 2 food, and a whole crap ton of workers. What does his mat look like? Can I see his mat? Yeah, so he gets the most bonuses for building structures, but he doesn't have a source of wood. So we don't have to really worry about that right now. I think we're going to go ahead and move this turn. Because right now we can't take full advantage of our ability to produce. Because we don't have 3 territories with workers. So we're going to make some workers. So we're going to confirm. I'm going to move you over to here, to this village. And then I'm going to move you over to here. I do eventually want to come over here so I can help protect. But I want this wheel thing, which gives us a card. So, we can repair a broken fence to secure some pigs, which gives us 2 food and a popularity. We can disassemble the mech for spare parts, which is pay 2 for 3 resources. Or we can pay 2 popularity for 1 worker and 3 metal. Oh my. If you play as Polani, you get to pick 2 of these, but I only get to pick 1. Oh. Done. I will happily pay 2 popularity, because there's always we can get popularity later in the game. Because I want the worker and I want the mech. Yes. Do it. And I'm going to take 3 metal. Nice. He's making food. Clearly he's going to take the enlist action at some stage. Can I see what this produces? Maybe? Oh, this is terrible UX right now. Why is he just sitting there on the icon that tells me what the... It's a mountain. Mountains make metal. Okay, that's what I needed to know. So we're going to take the produce action, which is going to mean more workers here, metal here, and oil here. I think that's lovely. Let's do it. The other thing we want to think about is being the first person to the factory, which gets you a pretty cool bonus. But yes, we're gonna take this tree. So we're gonna produce. Right now this is free, but next turn we're gonna make our 4th worker, which is going to mean that we're going to have to start paying power every time we produce. So we're going to keep that in mind. So we're going to produce here, metal, oil. And then we take the second part. So we pay 2 metal. And now we can pick a mech ability. So this applies to all mechs and all characters. We can either get a bonus to movement, which I think would be really good. We can gain artillery to improve our chances in combat. We can move from lakes to other lakes, which is pretty cool. Or we can move across rivers to forest or mountains. I want the speed bonus right now. And then we pick where to place the mech. And I would very much like to place it on top of this tunnel. So here's our mech. We've got like a little spider crab thing going on there. And we also gain 2 coins for that. So you're moving over there. Okay, they just enlisted. Which one did they take? Alright, so let's talk about enlisting, which is apparently a thing you can do, which I was not aware of. I just want to see his map. Ah, so whenever someone else enlists, he's going to get a combat card. Which makes a lot of sense for them, because combat cards are like bread and water to them. But I genuinely don't care right now. I just don't care. So we want to keep upgrading, which means we need more oil. And we don't have anyone on this space. And I don't really feel like making more people right now. Right, so we're going to take the move action. I also want to start getting wood so we can start making buildings. I'm going to go 1, 2. Yes. So that way we'll start making through oil every time we produce. And that'll be really good. And what did you upgrade? You upgraded your movement and you made your future upgrades cheaper. It's a smart play. So far, no one's gained a star yet. Let's actually... can I collapse this, please? No? Okay. Okay. Producing this turn will let us buy another upgrade next turn. I can't move. I don't want to trade. I do want to get some popularity at some point. I really want to move again. It might be worthwhile considering trying to head to the factory. Maybe that'll be our play next time we move. Oh, it's like a little turn log. Cool. I didn't know that. I didn't even notice that earlier. Structure bonus. Okay. Oh, we didn't look at our secret objective, did we? We have to control 3 villages or have 1 factory card and 0 upgrades. We can no longer get this one because I already did the upgrade before I got to the factory. I wish I'd checked that. That was stupid of me. But we're going to need to try to make a move to try to take some our village territories, which is within our rights. Not our rights, our abilities. But it will take us some time to get there. I can't move, which is actually really what I want to do this turn. So let's go ahead and produce. Yeah, because I could get a second Mac. Let's do it. So we gain 2 oil there, 1 oil there, 1 metal there, and we produce a Mac. Pay 2 metal. Using lakes as tunnels is really cool, but I think we want the other river walk ability. And we're going to put this mech right here. And we gain 2 coins. And you're taking enlist again. Now you're enlisting whenever I build. So he'll get a bonus anytime I build something. And you also get a one-time bonus when you recruit. Oh, they also get the bonus when they enlist, too. That's fine. Alright, we want to move now. But who do we want to move? Actually, we want to upgrade, don't we? I really want to start being able to move 3 people a turn. I think that's critical to our strategy of, first of all, getting to the factory. But second, just being able to spread our wings. We can move. They can't. They basically have to get a mech at some point. And until they get a mech, they can't cross this river. So we're basically solid until then. Alright, so we're going to pick move. No, upgrade. I don't really care about combat cards, to be honest with you. So a combat card either has 2 power, 3 power, 4 power, or 5 power. And we have 1 4 power combat card, which is pretty good. But I'd rather just have flat out take the power. And let's get upgrading. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to upgrade movement. And we're going to make upgrading cheaper. There we go. Solid plan. Yeah, I think he's literally going to enlist everything. He's going to get all the enlistments, which is his prerogative. Okay, movement. And we get a coin. Oh, you can just gain a coin. That's kind of dumb. Alright. We're going to move. Alright, we need to start making wood. And since I make 2 oil a turn here anyway, and that's all I need to upgrade, I'm going to pull you out. That's 1. So you'll start making wood next turn. The next thing we're going to do... Do I have you scoot over here to grab a card? Or do I have you start heading toward the factory? I really want that factory bonus. So it could go 1, 2. Why can't I go 1, 2? That's weird. Whatever. Okay. As much as I'd love to get this card, you can only take a card, by the way, the first time one character enters the space. And then we're going to move the mech over here. Oh, I can't cross that way, can I? I literally can't take a village with the mech. That was part of my strategy. Oh, because my workers can move, but the mech can't. Right. So I could do that just to take a village, but no, that's not worth it. Where do I want the mech? I could sit on this tunnel here, which isn't the end of the world. I really want to get my wood production up. Because you can only ever have 4 max. So there's only a certain amount of value to just having like an infinite amount of steel. Damn it, I wanted a village. Ugh, I didn't think this through. Shame on me. So mechs can also transport stuff, by the way, which can be pretty handy. It means that stuff's protected. I want to keep this oil production running until we've upgraded everything that we can upgrade. That's just too good. I mean, we could just stick him over here, and then he can move next time to take a village. We'll do that. Because right now, tunnels are the only way he's going to get over to me. So I'm fine with that. Now he's going to start trying to make max. Oh, the worker carried the food over there. Okay. And he enlists a recruit again. And now he's doing it on building max, which is actually really smart because he knows one of my big strategies is going to be just the ability to build max. Do we produce to get ready for another upgrade? I think yes. I think very much yes. Plus, we're getting wood, which I'll eventually need to start making buildings. So let's do that. Let's produce. We get 2 oil, 1 steel, 1 wood, and production. Oh, hit no. Oh, I see. I was voluntarily choosing not to produce. Please undo that. Okay. Produce. Confirm. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, derp. Thank you for reminding me, game. We'll deploy our 3rd mech. Pay 2 metal. And we're going to take Seaworthy. Because that's kind of cool. And I'm going to put him back over here. Alright. Now he's going to get a bonus, too, because of my... Interesting. I'm still not sure what his game is. He may just not know what he's doing. He's an easy opponent. Okay, so this is all about the movement this turn. Because I kind of want to keep my workers where they are. Or, no, this is about the upgrading this turn. Yes. So right now there's very little advantage to making mechs cheaper. Because I can only ever have 4. And I've already got 3. And you can't lose a mech once you've built it. So there's little sense in wasting time upgrading there. I think we would upgrade this top card because I want to start being able to get more popularity for that 6-6 multiplier. And make buildings cheaper. Yeah, I think this is the action we go with this turn. Now, you get a star for 16 power. We're nowhere near that. And we will upgrade. Now, I want to definitely get more popularity. And I want to make the build action cheaper. I think he's only getting bonuses when he takes the enlist action. I don't think getting all 4 enlists is a star, is it? I don't think so either. Alright. So what do we do this turn? First of all, we can build our first structure, which is really cool, and it's something I definitely want to do, so I think we'll just take the move action. Okay. So, I'm going to move a worker over here just to claim the village. I'm going to move a mech over here, again to claim a village. No, come on. Oh, you literally can't do that. You can take this village. Do it. That's 2. And I would go for a third village, but I really want the factory. So the first time you enter a factory, you get one of 3 special actions. So this one lets us turn power into 2 popularity and get a free factory move. We could turn a combat card into 3 money and get a factory move. Or we can pay 2 resources to get a recruit, or 2 resources to get an upgrade. I don't want this one. This one isn't very helpful to me. I think we're going to take this one. Bam! New area on the map. Which is really cool. And then we're going to make our first building. Okay. So there are several buildings that you can make. You can make a monument, which improves popularity every time you bolster. You can make a mill, which produces a resource and acts as a worker. You can make a mine, which is a tunnel that you can use yourself. Or you can build an army, which gives you power whenever you do trade. I use bolster a lot, or I have been, because we wanted the upgrades. But the thing is, we're running out of upgrades that we can take. That are meaningful anyway. So I wonder if maybe we build the mill. Yeah, because if we build the mill, I can drop it here, regularly produce wood with it. Or even have a worker help out. Yeah, let's make the mill. And we'll put it there. Why do you have a star? Because you have your 4 recruits. I was fairly certain that would give them a bonus, so that's fine. Cool. So he's going to trade resources. And he built his first mech. And he's probably going to take a river walk ability. Which is going to mean we have to make sure that we're carefully controlling where we put our people. What do we do this turn? I could take the factory move. And get some popularity. But I think this is a production turn. Let's do it. Let us produce. So we're going to make steel. We're going to make wood. And what do we make for our third resource? More oil? Yes, because that'll allow us to make an upgrade next turn. Done. Wait, what do you mean I can still produce? I did produce, didn't I? Didn't I make the oil, the steel, and the wood? What just happened here? Hang on. Okay. Produce. Confirm. Oil. Steel. Wood. Oh, the mill counts as a free territory. I always get to produce with it. Nice. Yeah, and we'll make another person. We'll make some Babby. And they upgrade. They make their mech slightly cheaper. They're going to get their stupid recruit bonus because they have all the recruits. So they're not getting anything for when I'm recruiting. They only get it if they recruit, which means that recruiting is basically useless for us. Okay. We want to upgrade at some point, but I don't think the time is now. I want to make a mech, but we need to be able to produce for that or trade. And I'm just not going to bother with recruits. There's just no sense in it. Movement? Move the mech over here to take the last village, or... I really want that last village so we can get our first star. Yeah, movement seems a solid play. Is there any resource right now we're not producing that we'd like to produce more of? Because I'll be honest with you, we're upgrading one more time and then probably not going to upgrade again. Because upgrades themselves aren't worth anything. Oh no, if you get 6 upgrades, you do get a star. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I will change my calculus on that then. So we're going to want to keep people on oil for that purpose. Yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade. Okay. Once we've made our last mech, steel will become useless. I would like to move around some more, but I also like the idea of getting this last upgrade in. I like it quite a lot, actually. But produce is tied to deploying a mech. Because I really want to get wood production up to the next level. Let's take movement. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. But I want the stupid upgrade too. Because that's a star for us. We're going to need to eventually start investing heavily in popularity. But I've got pretty good paths to that, so I'm not as concerned about that. Let's bolster and then upgrade. Do we maybe just want to take just upgrade? Like, the power right now won't do me a whole lot of good. Oh, actually, it might. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll bolster first. And then we'll upgrade. 1 oil, 1 oil. Let's improve the bolster action. And then what? Improve enlist? Like, recruits by themselves are worth nothing. Yeah, sure. End turn. There's his second Mac. When are you gonna start spreading out? I'm getting nervous about that. I'm getting real nervous. Okay, this turn is easy. We're gonna take move, make building. Okay. Can you jump over here? You cannot. The worker can. So that's going to meet that requirement. And I'm going to immediately pull you back before I produce again. Because I don't want a worker there. And then I guess pull you off of oil? No. Remember, I can always produce wood. So actually, I'm going to pull you back onto oil. So we can get the last thing during the next production. And then you. Let's go grab ourselves a card. Doesn't matter where. Where can I get a card? Can I literally... Oh, here you go. I can jump over here. Boop. Okay. We get a combat card and a popularity. Or we could pay $2 to get 2 power and 2 combat cards. I really want the popularity. So I'm going to take the first one. We're going to end the turn. Oh, and now we can complete our objective. Boom. So we got our first star for that. Alright. So what we're basically going to be doing for most of the rest of the game is we're just going to try to crank up popularity, at least for the next few turns. He still has not expanded. He's got 2 mechs, which, you know, is awesome for him. I don't know why he's not. That's fine. It's not my business. Oh, we're gonna hit 8 workers if we do what we were doing right now. Shit. Which is another star. But it's also gonna crank up the cost of production. To a power, a coin, and a popularity. And I really want to get an improvement to popularity. I need to get people out of the villages now. The villages are no longer useful to me. Except, well, having territory itself is pretty handy. So if we did a score preview, we'd win the game, but only just. And we get a bonus if we have a structure on top of a tunnel. Interesting. Okay. Did I not build last turn? I totally could have built last turn, and I chose not to. That was stupid of me. The game even tried to warn me, and I just wasn't paying attention. Shame on me. Okay. I have way more power than he does. If he wanted to fight, I'd win. This is basically a defensive position. He is saying, please don't come and hurt me, which is fine. I'm not going to. Right. I don't want to produce this turn. Because it's going to limit break us for workers. And I really don't want to have to pay popularity every time I produce for the rest of the game. So I'm going to take the factory action. Because I believe... Can I use the factory move? I can move 1 unit. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's take the factory action then. Alright. What do I want to start making? Food? Do I want to go over here to produce food? Because there's value in just producing resources, because resources gain you stuff at the end, gain you coin at the end of the game. Let's get you over to the tundra here. And the next time I'm going to take the movement action to pull you guys off. Enter. You're going to trade. You're going to try to upgrade again. Ah. He's got most of his mech bonuses. We do need that last mech, which we'll get next turn. Because I want to take movement this turn. Okay. Do we just want to make like ridiculous amounts of oil and then just not need it? Or do we want to start making food? I think we'll just bring everyone over here. It'll be a party. We will control all the oil. And then let's have you grab an event. I don't need wood. $2 for 3 popularity is amazing. Do it. And then let's make a building. Confirm. Oh, I don't have a worker on top of a tunnel. Shit. I didn't think that through. That's alright. Let's build a monument. And I guess we'll put it up here. And turn. Yeah, he's just sitting back gathering resources right now. He's got a lot of coins. Alright. Now we can safely produce. Okay, so the mill, obviously. We just got 5 oil. And I literally can't produce anywhere else because I need to spread out more. That's fine. Everything's fine. Wait, what? Oh, I no longer control the space. Ah, stupid. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna undo that. Yeah, that is totally not smart, what I just did. Shoot. Alright. We can get around this. And this way we take production next turn. Yeah, this is technically a free resource that anyone could just walk in and claim. That was really stupid of me. I'm making some mistakes, you guys. I'm just gonna drop a worker over here. Boop. And move. I can still make... Oh, yeah, I don't want to move a second space. That's fine. That was a more boring move than I had hoped for, but that's alright. And he just got his second star for his 4 max. So now we can take produce and we can build stuff. 1, 2, 3. That's interesting. Why did the mill count this time but didn't last time? Oh no, derp. And we get the artillery ability. Boop. So that's our second star. Go away, Steam achievement. And end turn. Alright. So we look at the score prediction now. I think he's probably in the lead. Only just, though. So we need to break into the 13 to 18 popularity while we're grabbing these last few stars. What else do we need to do to get stars? Recruit structures. Okay. Let's work on this one. We'll bolster to get popularity, and then we'll get another upgrade, and we'll get power, too. Because you can also just get a crap ton of power and get a star. So there we go. Pay a coin. Get the power. Get the upgrade. Confirm. Look, neither of these are particularly great, but sure, we'll do combat cards. No, please don't. Let me hit. Can I cancel that? No. Enlist. I'm actually going to undo that action. Because I am literally never going to buy combat cards. There's no point. I might come over here and buy this. Interesting. That just opened up his abilities pretty significantly. Alright, so the most important thing now is to make sure that none of our workers are unprotected and by tunnels. Which right now they all are. He might be trying to go for a star in combat. Maybe. Because he could easily drop 2 mechs on my mech, and then I would take a hurt. I mean, there's no point in me being anywhere that has a tunnel now. Maybe we take movement and make a build a building. Oh, I can't do that. I don't have enough wood. Okay. I can't deploy a mech anymore because I'm out of mechs. I cannot make any more of them. Which does make production less valuable as an action now. Because just cranking up resources isn't as helpful to us. We don't have a source of food. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and claim some different hexes. Let's do movement. But I want to make wood. Damn it. You always want to do... One of the things I love about Scythe. You always want to do more actions than you can actually do on a turn. Almost every single time. Okay. I think we will move. I think that's the smart play. Let's do the move. And I'm going to explain why in a second here. Alright. Mech. Take all the stuff. And take the metal. And you're going to come over here. So the worker will then get deployed. Okay. We'll no longer be producing metal, which is fine because I don't need metal. Anyone currently on a tunnel is basically a sitting duck. So I'm going to move my mech into the factory, excuse me. Are any other people... Yes, my other mech here is on a tunnel. Remember, the factory's worth 3 tiles at the end of the game. So I actually kind of like this idea of having you just kind of hang out there. End turn. And I can't take the build action because I don't have enough wood. And he just got a 3rd star for his last recruit. Didn't he? Oh, that was his enlist bonus, not his last recruit. Okay. Alright. What do we want to do now? I think we'll take this one. We'll take, let's get some more power. And popularity, and then we'll upgrade. I mean, I literally only have one choice now. So, boop, boop. And I just got my 3rd star for my 6 upgrades. Enter. Now, this action is basically meaningless to me because a coin for 2... I could literally just go back and forth with these 2 actions. But I do want to produce so that we can make more buildings. Because you also get... you'll also get a star for that, too. So if we enter the game right now, who would win? Crimea still. Oh, because of the stupid tunnel territories bonus. That's fine. It's worth a fair number of points, but not as much as other actions we could take. He's got a lot more resources. I need to get into the new multiplier. I need to focus on gaining popularity. I mean, I could spread out more, but the thing is, he's got a huge military here, and I'm really concerned that as he spreads out, that I'm going to get my butt kicked. I could just try to grab more cards, but at this point, that's not as helpful as it sounds. I can't enlist because I don't have food. What would really screw him up is if I jumped his resources. But I cannot win this battle. Well, it's highly unlikely I'd win this battle. Let's put it that way. And I think he knows that. I think he knows how vulnerable his strategy is to, if I loot his resources, he loses. So let's just focus on making our lives easier. Let's try to get into this third multiplier. For which... yeah, let's take this one. And I'm going to move you over to here. Into the wood place. Because we need wood more than we need oil. Yes. Enter. He's going to make more workers? Does he already have 8? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he's going to make workers so we can get his 4th star. Alright. So we're going to produce. Or are we going to keep cranking up popularity? Guys, I'm only 1 popularity away from getting into the next multiplier. And I want the power, because that'll get me closer to my extra star. So we're going to take this action. Now if we check the score preview, I win, because I've got this extra layer here. And I think at this point, yeah, we're just trying to... So he bolsters power. He builds a mill. Shit, he built it on a tunnel. Look, the AI is being really clever with their build strategy. And now he's back into winning because of this stupid bonus. Alright. We are in a race for stars. I need to get my 6 stars ASAP, because the longer it takes, the more he gains an advantage, because he'll just keep accumulating resources. I need to do a build move. I haven't produced yet. Shit, I can't build. Okay, how else can I get stars? I could just keep cranking on popularity and power to get 2 more. I need structures, though. Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get my last 3 stars? Okay, power I can get next turn. Popularity I probably can't. Well, I won't get anytime soon anyway. The thing is, I need to produce. I need to produce. And the longer I wait to produce... Okay, I've got 2 yeah, if I produce 1 more time, I can build the last 2 buildings. With the resources I've already got. So we're gonna do this. Give me the wood and the oil, please. End turn. Now, this is interesting. But I think we're not going to do it. Right now, he's basically teasing me. I could drop my mech and wipe them out, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. But then they could use their stupid giant army here, tunnel in, and kick my guy back. But he'd lose popularity for each worker, which would kick him down a multiplier. Oh, that's devious. And look, I wanted to do this anyway so I could make a building. Let's take the move action. Okay. I instantly win that. Oh, does that not count as a combat victory? I'm going to bring my other mech over here just to support this one. And then making some people would get us more workers pretty quickly. And then let's build. I should have moved on top of a tunnel. Oh well. Pay 2 wood. I could take the mine, which is a tunnel that only I can use, or I can build the armory. I'll build the armory over here. Now here's an interesting philosophical debate. So you can only ever get play 2 combat cards in a fight. And he's only got 1 card anyway. I can't use their tunnel. Otherwise, I could just jump in here and screw him up right now. But it makes more sense to me to keep rushing for stars. How did he not lose any popularity from me defeating his workers? He should have lost popularity for that. That's alright. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take bolster and power. Because I want the power. Because that'll kick me over 16 for another star. And it'll give me popularity too. Do it. Yeah. And he's going to get popularity next turn most likely. Ah, he's going to upgrade again. Okay. Alright. What are we looking at for a final score? He would crush me. Why? Did I lose I lost a popularity. So I'm not in that 3rd bracket anymore. Shit. Alright. If I'm in the 3rd bracket, I think I win. And I still need to keep grabbing stars. What's the popularity objective? 18. Getting there is going to be tough. And I don't want to do anything that costs me power anymore. Unless I get more power the next turn. I could just alternate between these two until I get the max popularity, but then that still leaves me with a star. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take movement. Because I have a cunning plan. Which is I'm going to spread out and take more territory. And I'm also going to make my 4th building for the other star. Okay, so I'm going to grab the mech. I'm going to load up 1 worker. I need to get you somewhere with a tunnel so we can get that sweet, sweet bonus. Oh, but the last thing I'm going to build is the tunnel. Well, that was dumb. Then yeah, I'm going to kick you out. I no longer want to move you. No, please no. There you go. We're just going to spread out and grab territory. And then let's maybe grab a card. Sure. $2 and a popularity is perfect. Now, by the way, if we check the score preview, I should now be winning again. Because now I'm in the 3rd tier. And then we build. Wood. I build the tunnel. I don't really care. That's my 5th star. So the next star I get will win me the game. Well, will not win me the game, but it'll take us into the final area. Is this for hexes? Yeah, that's for hexes. Because he just got... Wait, what did he not do anything? Interesting. Do I pay a coin to gain popularity? Or do I produce? The thing is, I can't lose power right now. Unless I get extra power that I can then use in the future. I need 18 popularity. So I think what we're going to do is, we're going to do this. No, this. Because I don't think I lose the star if I drop below 16, do I? Can I end the turn? Can I end the game this turn? Okay, I've got the upgrades. I've got the max. I've got the structures. I don't have the workers. I would need 3 for that. Most additional workers I get this turn is 2. I completed my objective. I haven't won a combat victory. I'm not going to get up to 18 popularity anytime soon. I can end the game in 3 turns. But he's going to get, if he takes power, he's going to get a 4th star next turn. Alright. I really need to do something to weaken his chances of winning. Which probably means taking this to boost my popularity and then getting a move and moving another worker over to here so that I need 1 production action and not 2 to get to my 8 workers. Is that the move? Is that the play? Alright, so right now if we look at the score preview, I think he ends up winning. It's because of his resources, which I can't touch. I can try to take more territories, and each one of those is worth another 4 points for me. I think that's what we do. I think I just spread out a bit. So I'm going to take this one because it gives me a move action, and it gives me popularity. But I don't want to lose power. I'm just going to take the move action. Yes. And then let's get my worker here. Can you get to a village? I don't think you can. Because I don't want to move people from territories I control. Because that way I'm not losing... I mean, I can use move to take 3 territories. That's not the issue. So maybe I just pull you over here so we can make more workers. End turn. He is trading for wood. Why? He's also just got a crap ton of coins, which is not lost on me. Alright, score preview. If I get a 6th star, I'll get 30 points just for stars. That would break us into a tie. So anything I do to get the additional stars also has to get me extra points some other way. Okay, right now I have 7 workers. Sorry, 5 workers. This will give me 7, which means I'll still need to produce 1 more time. Shit. I want to take move and just take more territory, but the thing is, I keep running to the situation where the longer I wait, the quicker it is going to be for him to get 2 stars. And I want to get the stars as quickly as I can. I really don't want to spend power on this, but I also don't see that I have a choice. You know, I could pay a coin for 2 popularity and a power there. I have to do this. I have to produce more workers. Just make stuff right now. Oh, wait a minute. No. Go back. I can end the turn anytime I want to because this is a village. I didn't realize that. So yes, I only need to produce 1 time and I've gotten the last star. Alright. And I need the factory. So I'm going to take move. You're going to go to the factory, Mac. You are going to come, it literally doesn't matter, over there. And then I'm going to take this Mac and drop it over here. Yes. Are you going into combat with me? Yes. Do it. Okay. He can play up to 2 combat cards. Here's the thing. The most I can get is 10. I'm going to pay 1 fight just so I get a combat card, but I'm going to basically eat this one. Because he's doing it to get a star. I definitely understand that. Yes. Because he got a combat star. Where am I going to retreat to? You can retreat to the lake here. He got more coins for an encounter. Shit. But he did sacrifice a whole bunch of power, which is what matters. Alright. If I end the game right now, do I win? Yes. Because I would have the 6th star. Do it. I'm gonna take my win and I'm gonna run with it. Oh, that was kind of dumb. Oh well. Oh no, yeah, definitely just take more resources because it's more points. Star number 6. So, we get the extra level of popularity. That's for my territories. That's for his resources. He gets the bonus because he's a jerk. Victory! That was very close at the end there. That was very close. I didn't realize the AI's plan. But yeah, that was fun. That's a really solid game, even with 2 people. I mean, I figured out his strategy right away, which helped a lot, I think. I think that's one of the biggest parts of playing Scythe, is you need to be able to figure out your opponent's strategy. And the moment he hemmed himself in, I realized he couldn't expand to take the territory that I could. Now, in more players you have, obviously, the more it changes. Because I could, with relative certainty, take any territory I wanted to and not feel a threat. That was an interesting play by Crimea, though. And that could have very much been a victory. Asmodee Digital, if I could please beg one very small change. Please put characters in the middle of the province and not right on top of the symbol. I think it's easy to miss what something produces. But yeah, this went well. It wasn't the dominating victory I would have liked. And I think the biggest reason that he was able to get ahead of me was, first of all, the fact he just had a shit ton of coins. But second, it was this. I ignored this bonus, which is entirely my fault. Yeah. Which is fine. Those are points I left on the table. But also, at the end of the day, I don't think that would have mattered. Because even if I had played... Well, I guess I played it more strategically. I think his start... If I had been playing Crimea in this game, I would have tried to at least break myself out. But, you know... At the end of the day, we won. And that was a lot of fun. Let me know if you guys want to see more Scythe with some of the different factions later on. I'm always looking for comments. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.